అటు కొన్ని మ్యాచ్ అవుతున్నాయి, కొన్ని మ్యాచ్ కావట్లేదు.
అదే అడ్జస్ట్ చేసుకోవాలి, కొంతవరకు అడ్జస్ట్ చేసుకోవాలి. గుడ్ ఈవినింగ్ టు ఆల్ ఆఫ్ యూ. థ్యాంక్ యూ. థ్యాంక్స్ ఫర్ sparing all your time. Now, today we are going to talk about the human resources planning, that is paper 10, that is MCOM syllabus we are talking about. This class is now scheduled for the MCOM second year, human resources management. So in this process, in the last week already, we have studied about the various aspects relating to human resources management. What is the need? What is manpower planning, human resources planning, how the human resources planning helps us, what is the process of human resources planning, and what is the human resources information system, and all other things. So in this class, let us start about the study of recruitment. How the recruitment process after HR planning. Actually, what is HR planning? In the case of HR planning, we understood that how many human resources are required, how much amount of manpower is required. I told you that manpower recruitment, human resources recruitment, both are same. So in the case of manpower planning or human resources planning, we will basically concentrate about. మీకేమైనా డౌట్స్ ఉంటే అడగచ్చండి, ఇబ్బంది ఏం లేదు. ఈవెన్ ద క్లాస్ ఈస్ గెటింగ్ రికార్డెడ్, యూ కెన్ ఆస్క్ ఎనీ డౌట్స్ ఆల్సో, ప్రాబ్లం లేదండి. ఆ డౌట్స్ అడగద్దని ఎవరు చెప్పలేదు, రైట్? ఇఫ్ యూ హ్యావ్ ఎనీ డౌట్స్, ఆల్వేస్ వెల్కమ్, మీరైనా సరే అండి. So when we are talking about the previous class, what is the human resources planning, how it will be, what is the process of human resources planning, and how best it is we can plan for the resources, what are the existing human resources, and how better we can cope up with the requirements of the human resources, and so on and so forth. In this process, we understood that in the previous slide, actually, we understood that what is the requirement of the manpower, how best of the manpower can be used, what is the needs of the manpower, what is the existing manpower, and what is the gap between the existing manpower and the future requirements. All these aspects we have to, and we understood about this one. After planning for the manpower or human resources, then you, wherever the gap is there, that resources are to be filled in, that requirements are to be filled in. So that process of filling up the people in the organization or bringing the people to the organization is said to be the recruitment. So let us go for the screen share, and on the basis of that, we will go for that. Yes. I hope you are able to see. Are you able to see this, sir? In the block 2, unit number 7, let me. Yes, right. So in the process of human recruitment, then what will be the possibility? Let me go with that. And in the case of recruitment process, meaning of recruitment, objectives of recruitment, factors affecting the recruitment, sources of recruitment, recruitment techniques, process of recruitment. You take a screenshot of this one. These are some of the important aspects each student is expected to learn. So in the process of recruitment, what is recruitment and what is this one? Let me take a screenshot also. Now with that, this technical aspects are complete. Right. Chapter 1, 15th June 2024, 5 to 6:30 p.m. HRM class. HRM. Right. So now, are you ready now? Are you able to understand? Am I audible to you?
Yes, sir. 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 Yes, s
Am I
Yes,
audible
sir.
to you? Yes, right. Let us go fast now. Block number 2, unit number 7, that is recruitment. What is actually the meaning of recruitment? What are the objectives of recruitment? Is a standard question which appears almost in all them. What are the factors affecting the recruitment? What are the factors affecting the recruitment? That is an important element. What are the sources of recruitment? That is internal sources, external sources, and all. Then recruitment techniques. How better you can recruit the people into the organization. And what is the process of recruiting this one? These are the various important elements you have to understand on this. So now recruitment, actually what is the meaning of recruitment now? Recruitment is the process of searching for the prospective employees and stimulating them to apply for the organizations, to apply for the organization. In this process, we need to understand about prospective employee. Who is a prospective employee? Prospective employee is one who wants to join into the organization. So here you understand, we generally use the word recruitment is not there, recruitment is very long pending and all this one. So that means recruitment is not directly giving employment. Recruitment is the process of giving employment. First of all, you have to understand this one. Process of searching the prospective employees. So how many people are there who wants to join into the organization? Then let us ask them to join. Let us ask them to apply for the jobs. You might be feeling that whenever the job is there, thousands of people are applying. And even now in the AP state, now recently that is a mega DSC is that notification is coming. That is a part of recruitment process. Large number of people are going to be recruited in the process. So that is, are they recruited totally? That is nothing but starting stage. They ask the people, they will identify the people who are better to do for the particular job. Then that is nothing but the prospective employee who may be the employee of the organization, who may be fit to do the job in the organization. And these aspects have to be understood in this. Next is stimulating them to apply for the job in the organization. Stimulating them means making them interested to apply for the job. If a particular job is there, some people may not apply, some people may apply. In this process, we can understand that make the people to apply for the jobs. Make the people apply for the jobs. Make them aware about the organization. Make them aware about the 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 what is the scale, what is the required qualifications, what is the amount of the qualifications or the skill set is required. All these details are provided and them asking them to apply for the particular job in this. So in simple language, we can understand that the recruitment is the process of searching for the people. So who are the part people and making them to apply for the job situation. It is to discover the sources of manpower. Recruitment is also the process of sources of manpower. Identify the sources of manpower to meet the requirements in the organization and staffing them, scheduling them, and take the measures effectively in this process. And attracting the manpower adequately to the number of facilities in the effective organization structure. I can tell you one simple point in this now, as it is the most important element, you can also understand. Normally, in the teaching field, now the people are not able to get any sort of interest on that. What is the problem here? Everybody is interested to go for software employment and something. Why? The reason is that the element of required skills in the teaching are much more than the in the other sectors. So if a person get emoluments or the amount of pay, what all that, they are very much higher for a software employee when compared to the normal college lecturers. So in this process, the people are not tending towards. So the colleges are facing a lot of shortage of the human resources or the manpower nowadays. That is not the process of the so skilled manpower, the person who can teach effectively, the person who is dedicated to the teaching process, who can deliver his lecture in an excellent way, like that. And one more important point, any sort of BTech students who are from the computer science engineering, they are immediately joining for the companies only, but they are not going for the upper higher level studies. Unless you do a master's course, you are not going for the, you are not going to be eligible for the purpose of teaching or something. Here, the colleges are making the list of the people who are eligible, who can go for the process, who can deliver the job better. Like that, they are maintaining the sources of the people and they are attracting the people towards that one. This entire process and they are facilitating the employees also towards the better and better positions in this. So this process is called as effective selection and making the workforce ready. All these are said to be recruitment process. So in simple language, we can say that searching a pool of people and making them interested to apply for the jobs, then we will screen. మనకు 100 అప్లికేషన్లు వస్తే దాంట్లో మనం ఒక 10-15 స్క్రీన్ చేసుకుంటాము. దాంట్లోంచి మనం నంబర్ ఆఫ్ పీపుల్ ని సెలెక్ట్ చేసుకోవడానికి అవకాశం ఉంటుంది. దిస్ ఈస్ కాల్డ్ as రిక్రూట్మెంట్ ప్రాసెస్. సో దెన్ వాట్ ఆర్ ద ఆబ్జెక్టివ్స్ ఆఫ్ ద రిక్రూట్మెంట్? సో ఇంక్రీజ్ ద జాబ్ అప్లికెంట్స్. So if you don't give any advertisement in any newspaper, so if you tell to your friends how many applications you can collect, normally 4 to 5 or maximum 5. So then out of the 5 you have to select one. There is no other choice. So out of the 5, if a suitable candidate is not available, finally the work will get suffered. So instead of that, if you give a recruitment notification, that's all. They can make the people, more number of people can see the job opportunity and they can go for that. This is the first objective, is to increase the number of job applicants for that and at a reduced cost. We need not go for the campaigning, large campaigning. If you give a recruitment notification, what all the people they are interested, they will join. And second one, organization with a pool of potential and skilled human resources. So if you are not going for the proper recruitment process, immediately if you are not going for the proper recruitment process, your organization will not get, your organization will not get yes, your organization will not get the good amount of employees and skilled manpower employees also. Then the other thing is to align the recruitment process with the strategic goals of the organization. That is another important element. So what type of people are required, and out of that people who can achieve the organizational goals. That is also important. Then use of effective recruitment tools and techniques so that the more number of aspirants can be recruited with the help of increasing efficiency and selection process. So recruitment is calling for the people towards the job, and selection is the process of selecting the employee into the organization. Then to reduce the attrition rate by selecting the right candidate for the right plan. If you have a large number of people, if you have a large number of applicants, out of that you can select one employee who is best suited for the right job. To increase the level of effectiveness also, both individual as well as the organization level, both in the short term as well as in the long run. In the process of recruitment, that facilitates the person employee and to get more effectiveness. So employee level and also organization level. In both the levels, recruitment helps to improve the efficiency of that. Prepare and identify the potential job applicants for selecting for the appropriate person. So recruitment is a basic stage where the data is collected and they are arranged in a sequential and proper order. And then out of that, it facilitates for the selection of employee. So we can say that recruitment is the basement for the selection process. These are the various objectives of the recruitment process. Then we can go for the, what is the next one? Factors affecting the recruitment process. So in the case of factors affecting the recruitment process, what are the various factors influencing the recruitment process? So this you can, I will briefly summarize and then you can write it also. So factors, what are the various factors that are affecting the recruitment process? In every recruitment process, what is required, what is not required, and what are the influencing factors, all these aspects are to be identified. So I will tell you one small example, and with that I will go for the fact. In the software companies, what is the most important factor which affects the recruitment? That is nothing but the projects out from the other countries. If US projects are not there, now half of our software employees are free of out of the jobs. So if foreign projects are not there in India, then automatically software sector will come down in the country. So that means software projects from outside country, that is one important factor which is influencing the recruitment process. మనం అంటున్నాం కొంతమందిని బెంచ్ లో పెడతారని, కొంతమంది తీసేస్తున్నారని. What is the problem? The problem is that the factor is that the number of projects that we are going to receive from the foreign country for the software, that is very, very important issue in this. So like that, small companies and large companies. If a company is small, then they cannot be able to afford good number of people in the organization. If the company is very larger in size, like for example, Infosys, Tata, Accenture, all these companies, they are recruiting large number of people every year. Why they are recruiting? Because their companies are in very large in size. So there are various factors one is internal factors and other that is called as external factors also will be there. And just you note down a small list so that we will proceed further. So in the internal factors, one, company size. In the internal factors, company size, company size. Second one, company's goodwill, company's goodwill, reputation, and culture. Goodwill, reputation, and culture. Third one, cost of recruitment. Third one, cost of recruitment. Cost of recruitment. So these are the various internal factors which will influence the recruitment process. First one, as I told you, the company size. The company size is the most important phenomena. So if the larger the size of the company, there is larger the possibility of recruiting more number of employees. Then second one, goodwill of the company. Any organization named its reputation, the goodwill company set higher standards. Even large number of job aspirants apply for such a companies and who are having the good name and fame in the market also. So employees who are having the employees having the good name and fame, also they will apply into the good companies. When a company, say for example, Tata Consultancy Services, TCS, we say that. So in that, whenever the advertisement comes, or Hindustan Lever Limited, then in such a case, the most of the companies, most of the people, they will apply. Then if the company is having a very good name, then the number of people applying for that company also will be very higher and higher. So this is one important factor to be considered for that, right? Then, are you able to follow?
Yes, sir.
Next. Right. So then, the third one is the cost of recruitment process. If the recruitment process is very costly, so just if I give a paper ad, then if you are able to collect the people applications, then it is okay. But if it is not possible, say for example, if you want to appoint a doctor, the just by a paper ad, it is not possible. Chartered accountants, efficient lawyers, etc., higher efficient people, highly skilled employees, then it is not possible to have that. If the cost of recruitment is very high, automatically the recruitment process will get affected. So if exactly what is the fees for the purpose of recruitment, that is also very to be taken into consideration. A big organization would like to spend a lot of money on the recruitment to get the best possible candidate, whereas smaller companies also may not be able to go for it. These are the important aspects that you have to understand. And fourth one is quality of work life and career growth. Fourth one, quality of work life and career growth. That is the fourth factor. So what is the quality of work life, career opportunity, and what is self expectations? So all these aspects will influence the recruitment process in that. If a Google gives advertisement for the people, lakhs of applications will come. Whereas opposite side of that, if a small company where the name is also not known, then the very less number of applicants will come into that particular place. These are the important aspects. Next, external forces. When you are talking about external factors, when you are talking about external factors, what are the various factors that influence? External factors. In the case of external factors, first one is said to be labor market condition. What is the first one? That is one, labor market condition, legal and political factors. Legal and political factors. Labor market condition, legal and political factors, and other factors. So these are the important factors. Labor market does not mean that they are daily wages and labor. Labor, we are all doing labor work only. Something will be mental labor, something will be physical labor. That's all. So in the case of labor market, for instance, more availability of employees in the market at a particular recruitment time, single information, a single method will serve the purpose to suit on this. These are the various important aspects. The legal aspects also will be there. Some of the states, what is the possibility of recruitment and all? There is a ban is there in the recruitment. Then you cannot recruit. So other factors like socio-economic conditions, employment rate, literacy rate, demographic factors, etc., they all will influence the process of the recruitment. These are the various important factors. So whenever the question appears, what is recruitment, and explain the various factors of recruitment, then you first give a detailed definition, discussion about the recruitment process. Then you say that the factors are the factors which will influence the recruitment process are classified as follows. That is internal factors, external factors, and then you start explaining the internal factors 1, 2, 3, external factors 1, 2, 3, 4 like that. So then it will be a good answer for that. Next one, then let us do directly. Then sources of recruitment, sources of recruitment. Then this is another important question where you have to understand. Explain the various sources of manpower. So in this, you can understand that again, internal sources are there, external sources are there. Sources of recruitment. This is also one important question. So explain various sources of recruitment. First one, internal sources. Internal sources. One, existing employees. Existing employees. Second one, outsourced employees. Outsourced employees. Outsourced employees. Retired employees. Retired employees. Then employee referral. Employee referral. REFERRALS. Referrals. And last one, previous applicants. Previous applicants. These are the major sources, internal sources, where there are the internal sources. So in the case of this one, permanent employees. In the case of permanent employee, whenever there is a position is vacant in a particular organization, permanent employees will show a way for the filling up of the vacancy. Then automatically there will be so much of help for the organization also. Don't feel that it is a recommendation. When a person is there in the good organization, then he will introduce another person into the organization. Automatically he will learn the work and he will give high level of achievement in the organization process also. Promotion to the employee and non-performance may be also going to be demotivated, and the labor turnover rate also will be demotivated, will be decreased. When with an employee who is a permanent employee in an organization, if he refers another employee, definitely they will stay in the long period in the organization. Then temporary employees or contract employees, outsourced employees, these they become permanent employees, and one day or other, with that hope also they will join in the organization. Outsourcing employees also will show other employees a way to join into the organization. And retired employees, ray of employees, they can be taken back into the organization because they know what is the structure of the organization, what is the tune. Normally, this happens in most of the higher level positions. So, for example, a HOD, if he retires from an institution, so then he will be called back again because he know what are the various procedures in the particular specialized organization. So, in that way, if a person is retiring from the organization in the general manager situation also, if he retire and the next day or the next day, 2, 3 days gap, after that again he will be called for taking up the employment on even on ad hoc basis or other basis. So that is another important. And employee referral. What is the meaning of employee referral? Employees will refer to the various other employees. So then in the case of monetary, already this is very, very common in case of the software company. If a person is working in a software company, then if he is able to introduce another good employee to the organization, he must be proved, not directly, he must be proved. So if he is proved as a better employee, definitely these referral people will definitely get a bonus also to the extent of 10,000 to 20,000 rupees also. Most of the IT companies in India, that is IT companies like Wipro, Infosys, they use it to recruit the people on the basis of referral. And then external sources are also there. External sources. In the case of external sources, first one is campus recruitment. This is already known to us. First one, campus recruitment. In this case, employees are recruited from the various higher education institutions. That is called as campus recruitment. All the engineering colleges, they are mostly dependent on the campus recruitment process. The people who are studying, the students who are studying in their college, they will be given an opportunity to join in any of the company by way of internship, and then they will get a regular employment also in that. That is called as campus recruitment. Freshers and unemployed is another external source. Freshers and unemployed are provided another great sources of employment, and then but they need a lot of training. If a fresher, he is appointed as an accountant, say for example, an MCOM student or an MBA student, even sometimes this professional courses people, even though they know they have a better understanding about academics, but when they sit in the chair, that situation will be altogether different. They may not be able to manage the situation. So they require a lot of training, first of all. So they must know about organizational culture. They must know about organizational situation and how better they are doing. All these aspects they have to understand. So freshers and unemployed is another important source. Employment exchange and private consultancy. Now employment exchanges are not there, and private consultancies are there now for the recruitment process. So private consultancies, what they will do, they will make up the data, pool data. They will pull up the data from the various people, and as and when required, they will send the data to the companies by shortlisting a few candidates. So like this type of things normally happens in case of the salesmen in the organizations and in the shopping malls, etc. When they need sales force, they will go for the recruitment process from the private consultancy. And there are other sources also, like calling applications in the society and giving advertisement in that, and all these are another important aspects. This is called as recruit sources of recruitment. Then recruitment techniques is another important aspect what you have to understand, and factor recruitment process. Let us go for the recruitment process first of all, then better. Recruitment process, let us discuss now, and then we will go. Then we will go for the techniques and we will close that particular lesson, and then we will go for the training and all. Then we will go for recruitment process is that when we are going for the first time recruitment planning, we need number of candidates and types of candidates required. First analyze how many people we need. First analyze how many people we need. What type of category of employees we need. What type of category? So number of candidates and types of candidates which are to be needed. That is very, very important aspect. So first having a recruitment plan process. In the recruitment planning process, we will go for the process of identifying the number of candidates, number of people required, and so on. Then second important stage is that strategic development. So what is strategic development? The second step of recruitment process is strategic development. In this phase, where to look for? That is, the steps to provide answer to the following questions. So where to look for? From where we can collect the employees? So whether it is from the job fair or from the campus placement or so. How to look for? Whether you are going for the internal candidate or you are going for the external. So when to look for, what is the perfect timing to recruit the people into the organization? If you recruit very early before the startup of a project, then you have to pay the salaries, then it increases the cost. But if you delay the recruitment process, when the work starts, then they cannot adjust to the work, and finally it becomes a problem and work will get suffered. Both are very wrong. So recruit the employees at the right time, at the right place, at the right activity. Then searching is the another third step. In the searching for the candidate, it begins only after the line manager communicates whether the vacancy is fixed, whether the vacancy is clear or not. So the line managers always will be there. That line managers, almost in the first year, you might have heard about this one, line managers, staff and all. So line managers are the decision-making authority. Yes, in a particular department, we have 5 vacancies. In this particular department, we have 10 vacancies. Like that, they will declare the requirement. Then this recruitment process is that. Then we will search for that. Then searching involves selecting the screening of the potential candidate. Example, a company gives advertisement, their reputed business offer, and they give magazine and build a strong image that the company is best and better. So then they will identify, then they will search for the employees who can suit. Then lastly, screening for the potential candidates. In the case of screening, so what the methods of that? So how to screen out of say 10,000 applications, if I want only 1,000 people, how to eliminate this all 9,000 people from the recruitment process? ఇక్కడ ఒకటి గుర్తుపెట్టుకోండి, మనకి నెంబర్ కావాల్సింది చాలా తక్కువ ఉంటుంది, బట్ మనకి అప్లికేషన్స్ చాలా ఎక్కువ ఉంటాయి. ఇది is ఇండియన్ సెనారియోలో. సో ఇన్ దిస్, హౌ టు సెలెక్ట్ a బెస్ట్ పర్సన్ out of the total available persons in that. So what is the various screening techniques that is to be understood? That is nothing but the techniques of the recruitment also you can understand. Selection process లో మనకి దీంట్లోకి వస్తాయండి. Then evaluation and controlling is the last process of the step of the recruitment process. In this case, thus last step in the recruitment process is to involve cutting and controlling the cost of recruitment process. Reduce the cost of recruitment. So if your cost of recruitment is itself more, automatically the newspaper cost, magazines cost, etc., then it will become problem. So instead of that, if you go for web advertisements like Naukari.com, Monster.com, etc., then it is easy for you to do. Salaries paid to the recruiters is also to be monitored properly. Then cost of outsourcing is to be compared with the cost of recruitment. If you give a particular job to the outsourcing, then what is the benefit out of that? So whether it will be costly or it is not, that point is to be understood. And administrative and control procedures are to be well established. These are the 5 important steps for the recruitment process. So let us briefly sum up again. This is important question. First is recruitment plan. What are the, explain the various steps in the recruitment process, or explain the recruitment process. Step 1, that is recruitment planning. In the first step of recruitment, identify the manpower gap. Actually, it is called as manpower gap. What is required? What is available? How many candidates are required? What type of candidates are required? Whether skilled, semi-skilled, unskilled, and all. Then second step is that strategic development. So how to develop the human resources, when to call, where to call, how to call the people. Then third one, searching of the employees, that is using various sources through media and selling of them. Screening of the candidates, that is, so knockout round, biological, biographical information and blanks and so on, these are to be understood. Evaluation of the resources, screening of the information is basically talking about reducing the number of applicants and identifying the good number of people from whom we can, for good number of set of people from whom we can select the right candidate. And evaluation and control, that is cost benefit analysis of the recruitment process. These are the 5 steps you have to understand, right? These are the various. And the most important question, that is recruitment techniques or methods of recruitment. So, recruitment techniques or methods of recruitment. So this is normally given as techniques of recruitment or methods of recruitment. Then try to understand this one. So again, there are 3 types of techniques are there. One is internal, second one is external, third one is online. So third one is online recruitment. So this is the most important unit. I hope you can have a better marks if you read this particular lesson properly. Internal methods of recruitment. So how you can recruit a person into a good position into the market. So first one is internal recruitment. Out of that, first one is promotion. You can, if you note down, it will be better, because just blank listening will not give any benefit to you. So 3 types of recruitment techniques are there. One, internal recruitment technique, internal recruitment technique, external recruitment technique, external recruitment technique. Under that one, A, direct recruitment, indirect recruitment, third party recruitment. Then another third important process, online recruitment. Now, let us explain one by one. Internal recruitment process. Under the internal recruitment process, first one, promotions. Under internal recruitment process, first one, promotions. Second one, job posting. Third one, employee referral. Employee referral. Last one, moonlighting. 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 These are the four internal methods which you can apply for the purpose of recruitment process. Let us briefly sum up on this and then we continue. First one is promotion. That is already known to us. A person is a common method of recruitment in a higher level positions. This is normally suitable. A person who is working at the lower level, say for example, assistant manager, he will be promoted as deputy manager, then senior manager, then general manager. Like that, we will go by one by one promotional aspect. So when there is a possibility to fill up the higher vacancies with the lower level employee, that is called as a promotion. So we will promote the lower level employees to the higher level positions, and higher level positions are filled up. And again, lower level, then we can hire out the people from the outside sources. Then second is job posting. That is job posting is one from one department to the another. ఈ జాబ్ పోస్టింగ్ చాలా గవర్నమెంట్ సెక్టర్ లో చాలా ఎక్కువ ఉంటుంది. సో దిస్ మెథడ్ ఆఫ్ ఎంప్లాయీస్ ఆర్ మూవ్ ఫ్రమ్ వన్ డిపార్ట్మెంట్ టు అనదర్ అండ్ ఇన్ ద సేమ్ ఆర్గనైజేషన్ ఆర్ విత్ ఇన్ ద సేమ్ సిచ్యువేషన్ ఆర్ ద సేమ్ ద ఇన్స్టిట్యూషన్. Shift one talented employee from one activity to the another activity. So this is called a job posting. Then employee referral. Already we studied that this concept. Employee referral means making the people to get back from the reference of the various employees. And in moonlighting, what is moonlighting? When a work is very short term nature, say for example, 10 days, 15 days, 1 month, like that. So organization sometimes may get a heavy work. In that process, if I recruit employee, then we cannot terminate them or we cannot ask them to go out of the organization. Then the best way is to ask them to work for the overtime for a shorter period of time. So after that, they will be for that they will be paid, and a good package also will be given, and special bonus also will be paid to them on the basis of moonlighting. Means asking the employees to work for a more period of time. That is one. So in special cases, demotion also helps us to get a good employment. So if a higher level employee, he is not able to perform the task well because of his age or because of any other condition, because of his health conditions, etc. If an employee is not able to work in a senior level, then automatically his services can be used in the lower level positions, so that this demotion also helps for the recruitment of the lower level jobs. Then external methods. In the case of second one, external methods, direct method, indirect method, third party. So first one is in the direct method. First is campus recruitment. Already we discussed about campus recruitment. Second is special event. Conduct a job fair as special event, and a group of recruitment companies put together. They will come for a plan place and they will sponsor a fair where the recruitment potential seekers, they will also distribute the brochures, literatures about their company. This is very rare actually. If we call it as in our general language, we call it as a pooled recruitment, pool recruitment, uh, campus recruitment, pool drive recruitment. So most of the companies, they will come for a job fair and they will ask the employees to submit, they will ask the future prospective employees to give their resumes, and on the basis of that, they will go for the selection process. And then indirect methods are there. In this direct method, either in the campus recruitment or in the special event, that is job fair, the employee and employer both will interact at the very beginning itself. But in the case of second method, that is indirect method, the employee cannot see the employer at all. So advertisement, already we know this one. So giving advertisements on the newspaper, etc., etc. Some earlier days, television is also a source of indirect method. సో మీకు గుర్తుందో ఏదో కానీ టెలివిజన్లో ఇదివరకు దూరదర్శన్ ఛానల్లో వచ్చేది ఉద్యోగ అవకాశాలు అని చెప్పి, ఉద్యోగ అవకాశాలు దూరదర్శన్ ఛానల్లో వచ్చేది. అక్కడ వాడు అడ్రస్ అది ఇచ్చేవాడు, జాబ్ డిస్క్రిప్షన్ ఇచ్చేవాడు, ఏ కంపెనీ ఎన్ని పోస్టులు రిక్రూట్ చేస్తుంది, శాలరీ ఎంత ఉంటుంది, బ్రీఫ్ గా ఒక 2-3 లైన్స్ లో వాళ్ళు చెప్పేవాళ్ళు. అప్లై చేయదలుచుకున్న వాళ్ళు ఇగో ఈ నెంబర్కి ఫోన్ చేయండి అను, లేకపోతే ఈ అడ్రస్ కి మీ అప్లికేషన్ పోస్ట్ చేయండి అను చెప్పేవారు. ఇది ఎర్లియర్ డేస్ లో జరిగేది, ఇప్పుడు అక్కడ లేదు. బట్ ఇన్ సమ్ కేసెస్ లార్జ్ రిక్రూట్మెంట్ ప్రాసెస్ ఉన్నప్పుడైతే Visualization of the practices are also made. So the visual videos are presented, and then visual presentations are made. Then on the basis of that, they will communicate the attributes, and they will ask the employees also to give visual. ఇప్పుడు మనం రెజ్యూమ్ పంపిస్తున్నాం. దీని దీని ప్లేస్ లో ఇప్పుడు ఆల్రెడీ సో నా రెజ్యూమ్ నేను ఎక్స్ప్లెయిన్ చేయగలగాలి హౌ ఐఎమ్ సూటబుల్ ఫర్ ద పోస్ట్ ఆఫ్ ఎ ఫ్యాకల్టీ లైక్ దట్ ఐ షుడ్ ప్రెజెంట్ ఏ వీడియో అండ్ దట్ వీడియో ఈస్ టు బి సెంట్ ఆన్ instead of just writing what all the face feelings, how the body structure, how this appearance, what is their dresses code, and all that can be explained with the help of a video presentation. Then then third party methods are there. In the case of third party method, one is headhunters, that is specialized people are there for the selecting the recruitment of the employee. Employment exchanges, this is not there now, but in earlier days, all the people they use to register their names in the employment exchange, and employment exchanges they will direct the students or job applicants to the various companies. Then other thing is that walk-in interviews. Already we know that walk-in interview aspect on. These are said to be. And consultants and contractors. This contractor system, we are very well known in case of labor management. I will tell to a contractor, say that I want 10 labor by this evening. Then he will bring that labor for doing a particular unskilled work especially. And after this one, online recruitment is another important area where you know that. That is job agency and professional career websites, company own website. So all these things are considered as online. Nowadays, most of the companies and most of the universities also, they are providing the careers online. So 24 by 7, that is almost all the days, whoever wants to submit their resume, they can go for the career and then they can submit their resume. This is all the process of understanding this one. So in the process of this one, we understood about recruitment process, recruitment technique, sources of recruitment, factors affecting the recruitment, what are the objectives of the recruitment. Normally, meaning and what is the meaning of recruitment, then sources, then process techniques. Sources, process, techniques, బాగా నేర్చుకుంటే మీకు కొంచెం యూజ్ అవుతుంది. With that, we complete about this particular block 2. Then block 3, unit number 10, we are taking now. That is training and development. With a brief explanation of this one, we will proceed further. With this recruitment topic, I concluded a discussion about the block 2. Now we are shifting to the block 3. In the block 3, okay, unit number 9 is also there. We will discuss it later. Then unit number 10, we will go proceed. And that this particular unit is talking about training, development, and what is the meaning, education versus training versus development. And this is the syllabus copy in that. In that, what is methods of training is the most important element. Okay. Then need and importance of training, objectives of training. These are the process of training, methods of training. These three are the important elements you have to understand. Out of the entire block 10, unit 10, what is the importance of training, objectives of training? That one you can note down. Importance of training, objectives of training. Then methods of training practice. This is normally of an important aspect in this. So the methods of training. Then management development programs is another important aspect. That aspect we will discuss tomorrow class, not now. So we will restrict our discussion now up to training methods only. So need and objectives and importance of training. Person understand about the real situation. Yes, right. So every person must be trained towards suitable to the organizational needs. So it is not possible directly, as I told you, in entering into the organization without learning understanding. We all of us know very clearly what is accounts, how to prepare balance sheet, how to make a trading and profit and loss account, and how to go for a balance sheet and all. But if you see the real balance sheet and real journal, real ledger, there is a lot of difference between these two. Nowadays, everything is computerized. Even though computerized, the real picture will be very much different than from the bookish knowledge. So, training refers to the teaching, learning activities of the new employees in an organization to acquire the required knowledge, skill, attitude, etc., to perform the job specifically and effectively. So, even though he may be highly qualified, but he requires training to understand about what is the skills required, what is the knowledge required, and how they can perform the job effectively within the organizational context. వితిన్ ది ఆర్గనైజేషన్ కాన్సెప్ట్ అంటే ఒక ఆర్గనైజేషన్ లో వర్క్ చేయాలంటే మనకి స్కిల్ సెట్ ఉండొచ్చు, కానీ అవి ఏ రకంగా వాడుకోవాలనేది మనకి ట్రైనింగ్ లో తెలుస్తుంటుంది. ట్రైనింగ్ ఈస్ ద యాక్ట్ ఆఫ్ ఇంక్రీజింగ్ ది నాలెడ్జ్ అండ్ స్కిల్ ఆఫ్ ఎన్ ఎంప్లాయీ ఫర్ డూయింగ్ ఎ పర్టికులర్ జాబ్. వీ నో అకౌంట్స్, బట్ వీ నో కామర్స్, బట్ హౌ టు డూ దట్ within a particular organization. Service sector difference is there, manufacturing sector differences are there. So like that, how it will be, that is the process on that. So actually the main objective of training is to bridge the gap between employee specifications and the job organizational requirement. Employee specifications and organizational picture. So what will be the situation? Second one is organization viability and changing process. Organizations are volatile. Different types of organizations will have different things. So that is one. Changing technology is another important objective. When there is a change in the technological aspect, train them towards. So already for this, I can say a better example also. So whenever there is a change in the technology, always people must be trained to better. So railway recruitment, in the case of railways, when earlier in the olden days, they used to issue the tickets manual basis, on manual basis. But when once the computerized ticketing system is introduced, lot of the people they face a lot of resistance. But a lot of people rejected that one, but they are trained, and finally they said that this is the most easiest way to issue a particular ticket. Like the training makes them to accept a change. Training makes them to adapt to a particular change. So accept the technological issues. Then internal mobility. So training provides internal mobility of the employees also. If you are trained on one job, then if you are given another again, then you are able to move from one particular job to the another organization job. Sound human relations will be provided if you give human resources training process also. In this process, improve the performance, increase the productivity, increase the morale of the employees, and improve the quality of the production. So whether you find it or not, team building, we say the team building. If a particular person working in the HR department, he must be trained to how to speak with the employees, how to speak with the customers, how to speak with the people, and so on and so forth. That is main objectives on this. So these are the important areas what you have to concentrate. Then process of training is another important area. In the case of process of training, first listen. And first listen what the other people are telling. Then understand what they are telling. Then implement the change. Implement the change. Unless an employee is listening to the person, to the trainer, he cannot make it anything else understandable. Then second, understand what the trainer is giving, what the trainer is telling. So then finally, implementation is the process of practically doing that particular job under the supervision process. So these are the various aspects that you have to understand. So in the case of how the training goes on, first listening. So what is that? How is that? How it is? Then understand the process. Then finally apply it. Then these are the important aspects that you have to understand. Then lastly, methods of training aspect is the core important area. In that, what are the various? This is a standard, very, very standard question. Prepare the instructor. So in the case of methods of training, there are a lot number of training methods are there. One is said to be on the job training method. Second one is the off the job training method. In the case of on the job training method, training is provided by putting the employee on to the work. Physically, the person will be sitting in the job position and finally he will do the job. This is possible in case of certain certain types of jobs. So, but in certain cases, off-the-job training must also only possible. So, in depending on that, which type of this one that we will go. In the on-the-job training program, on-the-job training is given in the case where the job is not so critical. Even a failure also, there is no problem. We can rectify. If the job is like that, then it is possible. So, but if any problem arises, if the job that in any problem arises in the job, it costs a lot or it gives a lot of damage. Then in such a case, you cannot put on the job training process. So now that is say, for example, pilot training. మనకి ఏం రానివాడిని పైలట్ గా కూర్చోబెడితే చాలా కష్టం. So we cannot be able to make it. So for that, off the job training process, there are so many training systems are there. And on the job training systems, first let us understand, then we will go for the off the job training condition. In the case of on the job training methods, first the employee must be given opportunity to work for the organization. So that means selection process should be complete. మనం రిక్రూట్మెంట్ చేసాం. రిక్రూట్మెంట్ చేస్తే ప్రాసెస్ లో వాడిని సెలెక్ట్ చేయాలి. సెలెక్ట్ చేసిన పర్సన్ ఎంప్లాయీ అపాయింట్ అవుతాడు. వాడిని ఎంప్లాయీ స్టేటస్ లోకి వస్తాడు. వెన్ వన్స్ ఎ పర్సన్ బికమ్ ఎన్ ఎంప్లాయీ, when once a person become an employee in the organization, then assign the job to him. So what job he has to do? Then finally, then he will be an employee. When he works for a certain period of time, then we are providing training for them. Then in the case of the job rotation, so we are changing the person from one job to the another within the organization, one work to the other. In the case of banks, normally this is very, very clear. So in the very beginning time, they will be provided with assistance. Then they will handle one operation activity and one for, say, for example, 1 month or 2 months or 3 months, they will, depending on the criticality of the job. Then immediately after 3 months, they will change over the job. That is called job rotation. By rotating the job from one job to the another, from one work to the another, the employee will be able to understand the situation. Then committee assignments. Second one, the another job training method is the committee assignment. So make the people as a committee. In that committee, some are experts, some are learning, some are training people. So they are given actual organizational task or a problem, and they will ask them to solve on this. Then job instruction training, JIT అంటాం దీన్ని. Job instruction training. In the case of trainer will give a list of activities that a trainee has to take up. That is preparation of the learner, presentation of the activity, performance tryout, and follow-up. These are the other important areas. In internship training, that is what we are doing now. In the case of internship training, so people will be taking the job opportunity, but on an internship basis. So stipend only will be paid, and then finally they will learn the job. And coaching and mentoring, this is known to us. So you will coach, you will train the employees to know what is the job culture and all. Understand, understudy. So what is understudy here? It is a method which the employee is trying to take a future or full responsibility of the position under his supervisor. So understudy. So I will put one person and then I will ask him to do the work, and how he is doing, all that we will study. Then off-the-job training methods are also there. So in the case of off-the-job training methods, one is a vestibule training. So vestibule, VESTIBULE, vestibule training. So that means it is actually, a vestibule training is a situation where exact job type situation is created. It is not actual, but artificially we will create just like what he has to do in a job. So that is called as creation of an actual working condition or a classroom condition. Then we will make the person to work, and actual working conditions are made out there. And then finally he was asked to perform the job. And whatever there is a problem, we will rectify. Then programmed instructions is the second one. So present a series of activities on that and carefully plan them in a systematic manner, and we will provide knowledge about the job to the employee and ask him to perform the activity. And మనం వర్క్షాప్స్ అంటాం కదండి, వర్క్షాప్స్ ఏం చేస్తారు, ప్లాన్డ్ యాక్టివిటీ ఇస్తారు, వాళ్ళని చేయమంటూ ఉంటారు. Then role play, last one. In the case of role play, we will ask a person to, say for example, a person is going to be promoted as a manager. Then before giving him a promotion, we will ask him to make a role play as if he is a manager. అంటే ఒక పర్టికులర్ సిచ్యువేషన్ లో ఎలా డెసిషన్ తీసుకుంటావు, సో పర్సన్ ఏదో ప్రాబ్లం క్రియేట్ చేస్తున్నాడు, నువ్వు ఎలా డీల్ చేస్తావు. సో లైక్ దట్ రోల్ ప్లే ఇస్ గివెన్ టు దెమ్. Then lecture method. This is lecture method is nothing but what we are doing. We are instructing the students to learn the various methods and we are explaining. We will give assignments. We will ask them to make out things better and so on. And conferences and discussions. Then incidental training. So each particular incident will be given and then we will ask the people to work out on that. These are the various aspects which an employee has to understand. These are called as on the job and off the job training methods. So these are the important aspects we have to understand now. So in this class, actually, in the So in the previous class, okay, in this class we started about the recruitment, then objectives, factors affecting recruitment and all, recruitment process and objectives. Then what are the factors, that is internal factors and external factors which affect the recruitment process. Then we go for the what are the sources, internal sources and external sources of recruitment. Then internal sources, basically this one, and recruitment techniques, how the recruitment goes on, and what are the various techniques of recruitment that is basically concentrated in this one. Recruitment techniques already we started. Then recruitment process, how the process of recruitment goes on. And then we shifted towards the discussion block 3, unit number 10, that is training. Training, that is what is the importance of training and need and objectives of training. Then process of training, listen, understand, implement, and what are the methods of training, that is on the job training, off the job training. These methods are completed in this particular class. So I hope you are able to understand better. And I request all the students to complete. You also give a reading of all these aspects from the material book and all. Then you will be able to understand better. If you have any doubts for the next class, always welcome. Just unless you read now, నేను చాలా క్లియర్ గా చెప్తానండి. Unless you give one time reading of the book, any book I am telling, any book, immediately after the classes, then there is no use. మనకి క్లాస్ చెప్పినప్పుడు ఇమీడియట్గా మీరు ఒకసారి కనుక ఆ మెటీరియల్ని స్టడీ చేసినట్లయితే మీరు వింటారు కాబట్టి అది మీకు యూజ్ అవుతూ ఉంటుంది. తద్వారా మీకు ఒక అండర్స్టాండింగ్ వస్తుంది. అది మీ బ్రెయిన్లో రికార్డ్ అవుతుంది. సరే మనం విన్నాం కదా, ఎప్పుడో తర్వాత చదువుదాము అంటే అది విన్నది మీకు అంతగా జ్ఞాపకం ఉండకపోయే అవకాశం ఉంటుంది. సో ఐ రిక్వెస్ట్ ఆల్ ద స్టూడెంట్స్ టు మేక్అవుట్ ఎ గుడ్ రీడింగ్ ఫస్ట్, దెన్ కమ్ విత్ ద డౌట్స్ ఇఫ్ ఎనీథింగ్ ఎల్స్. ఓకే, థ్యాంక్ యూ సో మచ్. అండ్ ఎనీ డౌట్స్?
Sir, what is the difference existing employees and previous applicants?
ప్రీవియస్ అప్లికెంట్స్ అంటే ఎవరు? మనకు ఆల్రెడీ ఒక లిస్ట్ ప్రిపేర్ చేసి పెట్టుకుంటాం కదా. ఇప్పుడు మనం ఒక జాబ్ ఉంది, మనం ఆ జాబ్కి ఒక అప్లికేషన్స్ కాల్ ఫర్ చేసాం. ఇది వరకు ఒక 100 అప్లికేషన్స్ వచ్చాయి, దాంట్లో ఒక ఇద్దరిని తీసుకున్నాము. తర్వాత మళ్ళీ 2 వేకెన్సీస్ వచ్చినాయి అనుకోండి, ఆ ప్రీవియస్ లిస్ట్ లోంచి ఇద్దరిని తీసుకుంటాం. యాక్చువల్గా ఇది కాలేజెస్ లో ఎక్కువగా జరిగేది. మనం ఒక అడ్వర్టైజ్మెంట్ ఇస్తాం, ఒక లెక్చరర్ కావాలి, అప్పుడు ఏం చేస్తాము, ఒక 10 మందిని తీసుకో, ఒక 20-30 అప్లికేషన్లు వస్తాయి, దాంట్లో ఒకళ్ళిద్దరిని సెలెక్ట్ చేస్తాం, మిగిలిన పక్కన పెడతాం. మళ్ళీ ఎప్పుడైనా రిక్రూట్మెంట్ అవసరం వస్తే దాంట్లో తీసుకొచ్చి మనం రిక్రూట్మెంట్ చేస్తూ ఉంటాం. దిస్ ఇస్ ద ప్రాసెస్. రైట్ అండి? రైట్, థ్యాంక్ యూ. టుమారో అగైన్ we will meet by 5 o'clock. Thank you. Thanks for your
Thanks.
అసైన్మెంట్ ఇది కంప్లీట్ చేశారు. హలో, Vivo V4123. హలో రాధా గారు. హలో, హలో, చెక్ 5